Brigade! Attach! Hood! There we go! Stand at ease!
Good morning, Currahees! 70 years, what an awesome day! Once again, destiny shines on the Currahees. Who'd have thought this morning would be like it is, even yesterday morning? What a beautiful day. I think our veterans brought these storms in for us to cool it off just a little bit. Phenomenal day to celebrate 70 years of our lineage. 70 years of sacrifice. All the way from 1942 up through yours. The sacrifices you and your families make today. We are honored today as we celebrate our regiment's 70th birthday to have our veterans and our families here with us. And when you bring our veterans and our families here, you have the strength of the Currahee Nation, tens of thousands strong, and it starts with you. You are the cornerstone of our strength, but our veterans that mingle around you and our families that are out here with you and are going to be here at the finish line for you, that's the strength. I would ask right now for all of you to give a loud Currahee and a round of applause for yourselves, your families, and our vets. Round of applause, please. Today we're going to do many things to honor our 70th birthday. We're going to do a cake cutting. And the cake cutting is going to be by the oldest and the youngest members of the regiment. The oldest member of the regiment is Sergeant Upshaw from the 801st BSB. He is 56 years old and came into our Army in 2008. Talk about dedication. Talk about Currahee pride and strength. That's pretty awesome. He's going to cut his portion of the cake with a World War II bayonet, symbolizing the start of our regiment. The youngest member of our regiment, PFC Mickey from 161 Cav. He's 18 years old. He's from Florida, and he is going to cut his portion of the cake with the bayonet we carry today. 70 years. Sergeant Upshaw shows our start. PFC Mickey shows who we are today and where we're going. And the fact that Currahees are always willing and able to execute the mission at the pointy end of the spear. Following the cake cutting, we're going to start the 5.06 mile competition. Right over here to your left. It'll be initiated by a cannon shot. Feel free to cheer on your teams as they run by. We're going to follow their route, but I guarantee you they'll be going a little bit faster than us. Or at least I think they ought to be. Following the 5.06 mile run, we're going to go on a run. We've got some veterans that might join in with us. I know there's a couple that are supposed to be out here in the formation. As we conclude, our artillery, the Guns of Glory, have a special welcome back for you. And certainly we'll have veterans and families here as we run through. A great way to start the day in honor of the sacrifices those that went before us made. At 9:30, we're going to do the Distinguished Member of the Regiment, Honorary Member of the Regiment induction ceremony over at the memorial, honoring some truly distinguished members of our regiment. A couple of their accomplishments include service as a general officer. A couple of them served as division, brigade, battalion command sergeants major. Several of them wrote the doctrine that we live today. And when I talk the doctrine we live today, I'm talking about air assault doctrine. Several of them went on to lead state and local communities. Almost all of them still to this day spend a great amount of time taking care of our families and our wounded warriors. And many of them take time out of their own work schedule or personal schedule to go visit our wounded in the hospitals. We can never honor them enough. Following the DMR ceremony, we're going to dedicate some artwork in the Sink Library. Everybody knows the library on post is named in honor of our first colonel of the regiment. And one of our veterans, Don Teese, a Vietnam veteran, has got some artwork he wants to put in there to add to the lineage of the great regiment. Throughout the day, we're going to have the opportunity to mingle with our veterans, and we're going to have some inter-unit competitions. And I would imagine that you've got your team set and prepared, and I fully expect there to be a little inter-unit rivalry going on, and that's all good. Because the truth is, we know across the formation that when it comes to the real contest in the coming months, we are one team, and there's nothing that's going to get in the way of the Currahees fighting and accomplishing the mission together. So today will give us a great chance to warm that up. As we close in on the end of the day, we're going to change a responsibility. We'll say farewell to Command Sgt. Major Hambrick and welcome in Command Sgt. Major Grinston, who will help take us to the next step and lead us to our next rendezvous with destiny. It's a full day. There's a lot going on. It is appropriate that we do all of that to celebrate 70 years worth. As we do everything today, I would ask you to keep in mind one thing. We can do what we do because others have made a sacrifice and given us the freedoms we have. If it skipped your mind, I urge you to walk over the memorial and walk the backside of the stones. There's 1,429 Currahee names. 1,429. That's from 1 year in World War II and 4 years in Vietnam. And then our own trips to Iraq and Afghanistan. Today's about honoring everything we've done, everything they've done, and it's about recommitting ourselves to carry that great legacy into the future. We are fortunate enough to step into the best brigade combat team with the best regimental history in our Army, and it is our responsibility to live up to it, to honor it, and to add to it. From D-Day to Market Garden, to the Bulge, to Hamburger Hill, to Firebase Ripcord, to Dak To, Afghanistan, and Iraq, Currahees have always done that which others could not or would not do. And the beauty of it is, you are exactly the same. You are the embodiment of those Currahees that have gone before us. So right now, we'll start our day with a cake cutting. I'd ask Sergeant Upshaw and PFC Mickey to move to the cake and go ahead and cut their ceremonial piece of cake. Please give Sergeant Upshaw, PFC Mickey, and our regiment another round of applause.
Brigade! Forward! Attach!
I have all day.
Retired Benjamin Harrison. Major General retired Benjamin L. Harrison, whose enlisted military service began in 1946. He was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the infantry. after earning his bachelor's degree in 1951. And it's Donald Dodson. Sergeant Retired Donald E. Dodson served as a rifleman and team leader with Company C, 2nd Battalion, 506th Infantry Regiment until March of 1971, after which he was medically retired. After earning his Bachelor of Science degree in 1977, patrolled in humanitarian efforts alongside their Afghan counterparts in the Paktika province of Afghanistan. Outside the Wire is scheduled to be released in late 2012.
I've seen that.
And welcome to the Robert F. Sink Memorial Library. I am the director here. It is my pleasure to have you here to take part in this ceremony today. And as the director, I want to officially accept the donation of this artwork. And to Mr. Thies, thank you so very much. We are delighted to have to receive this gift. And to all of you, you're welcome back at any time, as we are thrilled to continue the special relationship between the Robert F. Sink Library and the 506. Thank you.
Wow.
That's all. If everybody takes a look at the last one from 2010, 2011, it's got all the command of the 4th Brigade on there, from the battalion commanders, their command sergeant majors, all the headquarters colonels, lieutenants, captains. There's some sergeants on there, and it also has Robin Sink McClellan's signature on there. And the 2008, 2009, I wasn't quick enough at that time to get everybody. Colonel Johnson was out the door before I could get his, but gentlemen, this is for you guys. If you're ever deployed again and you get one of these done, sign it all and donate it to the library here. It's history, okay? And thank you very much.
Sergeant Major Corrigan has presented the flag of the United States of America and his retirement award. The United States
MRAP combat vehicle are arriving in the viewing area. The MRAP vehicle is a part of a family of armored fighting vehicles used by the United States Armed Forces. These vehicles are specifically designed for surviving improvised explosive devices, attacks, and ambushes. The first developments in armored vehicles specifically designed to counter the landmine threat took place during the 1972-1980 Rhodesian-Bush War, and the technology subsequently matured in South Africa. This technology was adopted by the U.S. Armed Forces in 2006 for use in Iraq and Afghanistan. MRAP vehicles usually have a V-shaped hull to deflect away any explosive blasts of landmines or IEDs, protecting the occupants of the vehicle from below. The squad for today's ceremony comes to us from the 1st Squadron, 61st Cavalry Regiment. They are the winners of the most recent Brigade Best Squad competition. The squad is led by Staff Sergeant Daniel Good from Polka, West Virginia. The members of the squad are Sergeant Jeremy Godkin from Clyde, New York, Sergeant Nicholas Byron from Deland, Florida, Specialist James Salvatore from Largo, Florida, and Specialist Kyle Heedy from Tualatin, Oregon, and PFC Christian Cummings from Pembroke, North Carolina. During ceremonies, commanders typically conduct an inspection of troops. Command Sergeant Major Hambrick has elected to replace this with a pre-combat check, a task habitually conducted by non-commissioned officers. The conduct of pre-combat checks and inspections of troops and equipment has historically been performed by leaders at all levels.
Once again, thank you all for coming. It has been an incredible journey and honor being Currahee 7. Currahee 6, this is Currahee 7 Ancient signing off the net. Strength and honor, Currahee, Aerosol.